A threat is serious. They could get arrested and end up with a felony on their record. One mistake can affect your entire life. So think before you make a threat.
That is Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Chronister, and he has that message for all of you parents out there to talk to your kids and make sure they know about the seriousness of making phony threats against schools. This after yesterday's scare at Barrington Middle in Lithia. Deputies have arrested the 15-year-old that they believe falsely called 911 reporting a gun on campus, triggering lockdowns, a police response, and panic for students and also parents.
And luckily, that was a false alarm, but the next time may not be. And as our Phil Buck shows you, some Tampa Bay area school districts are not waiting for lawmakers to put new alert systems in place for situations like what we saw yesterday.
Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Chronister heaped praise on how everyone responded to Wednesday's false alarm at Barrington Middle School. From the first responders who got to the scene within 4 minutes to the students who practice active shooter drills once a month ever since the Parkland shooting. But while responses to active shooter threats are improving, lawmakers in Tallahassee are trying to make even more improvements. A bill currently working its way through committees in the House would require every public school in the state to implement a panic button system. At USF in Tampa, about half of the classrooms are outfitted with emergency door lock buttons that could serve as a way to protect against an active shooter situation. Now, the proposed legislation in Tallahassee could look very different than that. In fact, some of this panic button technology may come in the form of an app on your phone. The Panic Alarms in Public Schools bill could allow for apps to serve as de facto panic buttons, and some school districts, like Pasco County Schools here in the Tampa Bay area, have already installed an app on all district devices called Crisis Go that has the panic button feature, among other things. And these emergency door lock buttons at USF, they were installed in 2017, the year before the Parkland shooting.
Tools are important. We carry a number of tools on our belts. These are tools for our community to use. This is just one of many tools. And like, as I said, you push that button, and that's one half of this tool. The other half is we want you to call 911 and give us some more specific information so that when we respond, we know exactly what we're responding to.
And we have compiled information on what panic button type alert systems are in place at each school district in the Tampa Bay area. We are putting that together for you at WTSP.com.